The people of NosTale tell tales of the Mulan people who live in an underground city hidden deep in the bowels of the earth. Many generations ago, this peaceful race developed a highly advanced civilization, carving their mysterious and wonderful city into the bare rock. None of their number has ever been seen on the surface, but now the age-long peace has been broken. An army of frog-like Mulans and their war robots has emerged from the depths of the Mind Plains. Many brave warriors have fallen, yet nobody knows what events have transpired in the Undercity to cause the Mulans to attack. United by a common cause, courageous defenders are standing up to their overwhelming forces. Their strength is dwindling. Someone must venture into the Mulan's underground heartlands and discover the reason behind their attack. Take on this mission and fight with your allies beside you. You need them. Nobody knows what's lurking deep below the surface. The fate of NosTale lies in your hands, or beneath your feet. NosTale Act 9, Secrets of the Undercity.
We're dark. We're invisible. Are they gonna make us visible? That's the question. It's really exciting. I've never been invisible before, so this is a new experience for me. How are you feeling about this? Oh, we turned visible. They can see us now. That's a new one. I didn't have that before. Anyways, hello guys. Good evening. How are you doing? And thank you for joining us today. We're presenting the first half of Act 9 to you. And as people in chat are already pointing out, yes, I am not Jophiel, who you might have expected here today. My name is Fendar. I used to be a community manager for NosTale before moving on to other projects within the company. I'm joined today by Season, one of our lovely game designers on NosTale. And usually Jophiel should have been here, but unfortunately, due to reasons outside of our control, he couldn't be. So the NosTale team asked me to jump in, and they offered free pizza, so now I'm here. I haven't seen any pizza yet, but I'm hoping we're still getting there. But for now, I might as well do this. So you have joined us here today. Hopefully, you know what's going on. Because we're presenting the next update coming to NosTale, which is Act 9.1, Secrets of the Undercity. As I mentioned, I've been off the game for a year, so I know very little about what's happening. Luckily, Season hopefully knows a lot about what's happening, so we're kind of balancing this out. I'm looking handsome and talking, and Season will run you through what's actually in the game. As like a rough guideline, we're aiming at around an hour of stream today. We don't really want to steal your time more than we have to, so we're hoping that in an hour we can go through everything we want to show off to you. And then we'll let you go, maybe even with a release date on top. That sounds like a great deal to us. So Season, hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Ah, that's so lovely. Should we talk about Secrets of the Undercity?
Sure, yes. I guess we can jump right into gameplay.
Oh, you already prepared some. That's wonderful.
Something. Well, you might be wondering, well...
Yeah, this is a map I already know. What's going on here? I thought we were showing off new stuff.
Right, so what you have to know is, or about the story is, it actually kind of takes place in an area that you guys might be familiar with, which is the Western Mind Plains, which have been invaded, so... Wait, can I... This is awkward.
Yeah, we need to get there first.
Which have been invaded, yes.
Have they been invaded?
By these evil frog people called the Mulan.
Mulan, also
Mulan.
The best Disney movie, as you might know.
Yes, not to be confused with that one. And you might be thinking like, oh, well, but where's the new stuff? And then I will tell you, well, it will follow soon, okay? Well, the Western, like Little Minds have also been invaded. But, if we quickly jump over here, now you will see that there's actually, here are like kind of some new maps. And pretty much, I mean, the story is these evil frogs have invaded NosTale as well, and they are also dealing with their own issues, and we kind of have to solve these issues, so we're here to well, help them out, as usual.
Which will eventually lead us here into the Undercity, if I got it right, the new hub area, sort of.
Correct, the new main hub area for players.
Exactly, that the new maps are built around. So you might have seen this already in the trailer. That's live on YouTube that you can watch if you haven't done so. It's wonderful. But we're just here to give you kind of more of a rundown, talk about some of the specific features that are in there, talk about some of the specific features that are not in there, because I'm already seeing some questions in chat that we'll get to, hopefully. Is there anything particular you would like to show off first? Maybe, is there anything chat would like to see first?
I mean, generally speaking, I guess we can just start with the basics. As you can probably imagine, the maximum level was increased again with this act. So instead of level 80, you can now level up to level 90. We've also taken into consideration some of your feedback from last time. So this time around, when you level up, there will always be small steps where you can achieve certain mini goals. So, for example, you will notice that the equipment, well, the weapons are at level 90, so the max level. For example, secondary weapons will become available earlier, armors will become available even earlier, and some other pieces of equipment will have different level spans, so that with each level up, you should feel like some sort of progression towards the end goal. Yes, I guess, I mean, we can probably jump in.
They are asking to see the equipment stats. Maybe we can just start with that, get it out of the way. There is, of course, new equipment, and I think you have it prepared. We're not gonna, like, read all of them out to you, because we talked before the stream, and we figured that's super boring. So if you are very interested in this specific part, you can just pause right here, screenshot them, whatever.
Post them on Discord.
Post them on Discord. Someone's already done it. I'm not sure why I'm even saying it.
Yes,
and
we just
look through what we have here.
I know all of you guys will, or some of you guys will really theorize over those values. So, I mean, enjoy. Here you go. Yes, I mean, there's also some effects on them. We can maybe show them again later. I don't know. I don't want to go
sure.
Too much
If someone asks again, we'll show them again. Now, I did already see someone in chat asking for the changes that we're kind of making outside of this update, so not related to Act 9, but some of the other stuff we've hinted at. That is something we'll talk about, but we first want to get this Act 9 block out of the way, and then before closing out the stream, we'll talk about sort of what smaller changes to other content we've made.
Correct. Right, so these are the pieces of equipment. I hope you had a good look at them. Outside of that, we will also have like new leveling equipment, so equipment that should help you bridge the gap between level 80 and level 90. There's not too much to say about them. They're similar to the level 65 equipment that we have had previously. So these will generally have somewhat decent stats, and in addition will have bonus damage in Act 9. This is, I mean, that's something you should already know by now. And the same goes for the armors. Right. So damage increase in Act 9 against Act 9 monsters, and damage reduction from received damage from monsters in Act 9. This is a localization error, but it'll be fine.
We'll fix it in post.
Fix it. Yeah.
Now, I'm seeing someone in chat asking, is there new passive skills?
Yes.
Are there, because it's plural, but...
There are new passive skills, and I mean, there's some of the usual in there, which you might expect, which is like more agility, more intelligence, more MP, more HP also as well somewhere here. But in addition to that, we also have a newcomer, which you might have missed for some time now, which is right here, Fairy Affinity 2, which is also being introduced with this update. All of these can be dropped from certain monsters in the game, so they're not bound to any raids or something. They can be found in the open world. Yeah, and we hope you'll like them.
All right. Are tattoos going to be changed at all? Because I'm seeing that in chat right now.
No changes to tattoo right now. They stay as they are in the game.
All right. Someone's already asking to see the equipment again. We'll show it again some way later down the road.
Yeah, or just check Discord, I'm sure.
Yeah, someone has screenshotted it already. Will we get some new hunting time spaces?
Actually, yesn't.
Yesn't.
We actually did. We have some changes in this game prepared. They aren't fully. Well, we can't really show them yet, but there will be some new time spaces that can be done to achieve certain items that you, for example, need for crafting the equipment, and that can only be gotten from these time spaces. So it's kind of similar to how, for example, Crisis time spaces work. So yeah, I'm hoping you guys look forward to that. We try to implement some of the feedback that we've received over the past years, and try to put them into this update. So let's see how things turn out.
Now, next point I think I'm seeing most mentioned are ferries. As like a general topic, there's, I think, 2 points we can mainly address there. We already hinted at ferries getting a small update with this new act. What's happening there, Season? What's going on? I can't contain my excitement.
Well, to keep things simple, first of all, there's kind of 3 changes. First of all, there will be new ferries that are introduced to the game, which have new effects. They start at 80%. This is, oh well, I didn't pick the perfect ferries. Oops. I mean, it's fine. It's not pretty, but here you can probably see all of them. They have very similar effects. It's not too hard to notice the differences. These effects start at 80% ferry affinity, and they can grow up to 110%. So right off the bat, when you get them, you don't have to spend hours on some low-level monsters to get them to a workable state. Second of all, these new ferries are something where we try out something new. So when you put these ferries into ferry beats, they will always reset back to their 80%. And you can only level these ferries in Act 9 regions. So our idea for these is that it doesn't feel really rewarding when to unleash the full potential of a ferry. You have to go to low level monsters, kill them over and over, or use bots. I mean, we wouldn't do that. And of course, this system was kind of flawed. So what you're doing now is that you can only level them up in higher level regions, and they're kind of supposed to show off like, oh hey, this player is like pretty active. He killed a lot of monsters, and that's why he has a higher ferry than others. So yeah, and it's like a personalized reward that's not supposed to be directly tradable. That's why when you trade the ferry, it will reset back to the 80% status. Yeah, and I hope you guys will will understand the reasoning behind this and will also enjoy this new system.
Before we get into the other ferry systems, I did see someone asking how we obtain these new ferries. Is that something we're already comfortable sharing, or?
We can talk about this, yeah. These new ferries can be obtained through raid tokens from the new raids. So when you fight the bosses a few times, then you can use the raid tokens and some other materials to craft these new ferries.
The raids are also something we'll talk about later in just a little bit. I also already saw some questions about them. But let's get back to those other 2 ferry things you mentioned, because we don't want to jump all over the place. I'm sorry if I'm confusing you.
The second thing that I wanted to talk about, I mean, I guess the second thing was that there's a new way to improve them, which is like the new level, the new monsters in Act 9. And we're also looking into maybe adding more ways to receive ferry experience in the future, but that's not 100% decided yet. The third thing is that we're introducing a new upgrade system to the ferries, which is at an NPC around here. Here. Wait. Well, okay, the client here is kind of broke. I would have to restart.
We're playing on a not final version. So disclaimer, some things are not quite done yet. But it will be. And there's never been a bug in NosTale.
Yes.
So once we go live, everything will be wonderful.
So pretty much here's like a way to upgrade ferries. When you actually, well, you can upgrade them. When you upgrade them, they get like certain effects, which is kind of similar to the shell system, but you get like one effect at a time. And after you've unlocked like a bunch of effects, you can then reroll these effects to have like a certain value and a certain level. Actually, if someone would quickly log in and provide me with a fully upgraded ferry, that would be lovely, so I can show this off on stream. I didn't prepare this, unfortunately. Sorry for that. Yes, but we can show this off in a bit.
Yeah, sure. If it happens, then wonderful. If not, we'll share pictures of it if we can later. I did see, before we get into the next serious topic, I did see someone asking about your hat. What you need to understand is that we ordered frog hats for this stream, because frogs, obviously, and then we noticed that frogs are green, and this is a green screen, so they would have been invisible. So this is the closest thing we had lying around to a frog.
Yes, I hope you'll apologize for this.
Yeah, I'm deeply ashamed. There are frog hats in the next room, and they are not being used for anything now. But someone might enjoy them, hopefully. With that being said, should we get into raids?
Sure, yeah, we can talk about raids in a bit. I mean, most of the things are kind of obvious. We will have 2 new raids. They were also a bit shown in the trailer.
Show the frog hats. That's the problem. We can't. They would just be invisible. Probably if I hold them in front of me, they might be okay, but it doesn't work. They're broken.
Also, please keep in mind, many of the things that we are showing on the stream might not be the final versions. This is all kind of still work in progress, so please don't panic if you see anything. And I mean, we're always happy to hear feedback, but like, don't panic. It's fine. We'll figure something out.
Maybe panic a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit of panic is appropriate. A lot of panic, dangerous.
I mean, while we're at it, we're also kind of showing the new maps. Oh, hello.
Is this your ferry delivery service?
This is my ferry delivery service. Thank you.
That's wonderful. So we can show the upgrade after we're done with the raid part.
Wait, how much deeper do I have? Oh yeah, here. Oh yeah, this is also something new where we've added like a small new map just to prepare for the raids, so you don't have to stand in the middle of 10,000 monsters that are attacking you while you're preparing for the raid.
Oh, you didn't prepare the seal.
I didn't prepare the seal.
Oh no. Okay, I'll just read some comments while you prepare the seal and fill the silence with very important conversational topics. Are we going to be able to watch the stream on YouTube later? I hope so. I didn't ask actually, but it should be also recorded as a video, and we'll upload it later. Fendar, you are alive. I'm happy for that. Did you doubt that? Yes, I'm okay. Thank you very much for your concern, but I didn't suddenly perish. It's all wonderful.
Okay.
You got it?
I got it.
All right.
Yes, as usual, there will also be preview rooms on these raids. It's probably also important to note to mention that this raid here that we're showing is like a 12-man raid, and the other one, Pollutus, that we'll show in a bit, is an 8-player raid. So we've kind of slightly reduced the team size, but also made the raids overall a little bit easier that way.
I did see someone asking about the level requirements for the raids. Do we know those?
The raids will be available from Awakening level 80 onwards.
All right.
As you can see, the boss here is like a nice little hitbox animation, which is something we actually didn't have before, but hopefully you will enjoy this.
Technological progress.
Yes, we're finally evolving raid mechanics in 2023. Yes, I'm not killing the boss right now, so
No, yeah.
of course we don't want to spoil all the mechanics.
We're not
but
showing off the whole encounter, because fighting raid bosses alone with cheats enabled would be fairly boring. So that is something you can figure out for yourselves. We just wanted to show off he exists. He has very cool shoulder missiles. My inner 8-year-old is incredibly impressed. And there's a second one. We have 2 raids in this update, which you got the seals for those, I believe?
Oh, sure.
Sure. I'll read the chat in the meantime. I did actually
well
prepare
prepared.
an incredible pun for this second boss, but I'm just waiting for the right opportunity to use it. Oh no, the German meme thread is dying. Well, that's a serious topic we should talk about, but I'm not sure if I can solve it on my own.
So yes, this is the second boss, Moss Giant Pollutus. Is this a time for
No,
you?
continue. I'm still waiting for a better opportunity.
Okay.
So what kind of rewards do you get from this boss? Would you say they're a must-have? I was pretty proud of that. I prepared that 4 hours ago, and I was like, that's pretty solid. I actually thought about another joke for the second raid boss, but I couldn't come up with anything.
It's
So
okay. It's okay.
we just have to sit with this one. I'm
You
sorry.
mean the rewards for the other boss are amazing?
Yeah. I did think about an armor joke, but it didn't. I didn't get there. But
Well,
yes, this is the other raid boss that is new in this update. You will have seen him in the trailer already, but you're getting an exclusive, closer look at him right here.
Yes, I mean, unfortunately, he isn't really showing much of the mechanics here, but... Oh, actually now he is. Great.
You just need to complain about it.
Yes, this is actually... Oh, I really like the icon. This is one of the mechanics. It doesn't make a lot of sense if I show it here now, because you actually need more players for this to make sense, but... Rest assured that we try to implement some new fun mechanics that we haven't had as such previously, so hopefully you're looking forward to that. And good luck figuring out what to do and how to solve it.
I'm seeing a lot of questions about the new resistances.
Oh yeah, the new resistance we can show them
So
as
let's
well.
show those off. Give the screenshot people some work. They're already aching for it.
So these are the new PvE resistances. They can be crafted from also from the raid tokens themselves. And here are the PvP resistances. Those can be crafted, can be found in the raid boxes. These ones also have again the limitation that they can only be summed up with each other, and those can be summed up freely with any other resistance. So similar to Raid 8. Anything else? Okay.
Well, if you're looking for a topic, might I suggest the pet that could be seen in the trailer? Is that something we can show off?
Pet? Wait, which pet was shown in the trailer? I'm not sure anymore, to be honest.
I guess that's a no.
I mean, there is one new pet that can be obtained at the end of the main quest, but I don't think it's the one players are talking about. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Well, at least we shared some exciting information then.
There will be a new pet.
You got
yes.
that going for you. There will be a new pet. We
Um,
don't know if it's the one from the trailer. Can we take a look at the new skill books?
I mean, I can also show them once again in detail.
Yeah, I think it's been like 10 minutes since the last time. We can have a quick look again, maybe show the equipment again as well, so the screenshot people have some work while we look at other chat questions.
These 5, and then when I open the 6th one, the first one will disappear, so I'll give you some time. Technical limitations, I'm sorry.
People are also asking to see the ferries again. We did show those off as well, again, like 10 minutes ago or something. So someone on Discord will probably have screenshots of it. If not, this will be uploaded as a video.
Here,
hopefully.
you can see it again, I guess.
There you go. So you can check that all out with enough time and patience. No worries in that regard. People are asking if they can upgrade older ferries, especially Fernan ferries are ones that I've seen two or three times now in chat.
Yes, all ferries can be, well, not all. Any ferry that is bound to your character will be able to be upgraded.
All right.
Yes.
Talking about upgrades, I think we got the new ferry now that should be able to be upgraded. So let's take a look at that. As we promised.
I do need a certain type of item for this, so let me check this.
When will this be released? We'll share that with you towards the end of the stream. I think we have permission to tell you the date, actually. but the permission is still a little wonky because we got it like 30 minutes ago. But hopefully no one will kill us or fire us, which would maybe be worse. We'll see. Do we have everything we need, or do you want me to fill the awkward silence with...
You can fill the awkward silence, it's
Great. It will probably just be by me reading more questions. For example, there's people are talking about different acts. That is something we'll get to towards the end of the stream when we're done talking about the new Act 9 changes. I will already say, maybe as a general nugget of information, that this is, of course, Act 9.1, which means there will be an Act 9.2 further down the line. It's not something we're comfortable announcing when that will be happening, because it's months from now. But together with Act 9.2, we are currently looking at exploring SP11. So if you were wondering if that is at all happening, that is something we're looking at for the second half of this update, which will be sometime next year probably, but more info on that when it's ready, which it is not right now.
Also, another information, we have a streaming code again this time.
So. Oh yes, which many of you were probably waiting for. That's what this awkward blue box on this side is for.
So you can use this code, GameFrog, and enter
Get it? Because it's frogs.
Yes.
That's the theme.
And you can enter this in the NosTale. You have to go on the right side, press like the right side, press the 3 dots, and then there you can enter a code somewhere. It's fine. You'll find it. Don't enter it in the chat, please. It doesn't work like that.
You can enter it in the chat. Just get a GameFrog train going. It's not gonna give you anything, but it's gonna amuse us a little bit.
Yeah, so
and that's also nice. You know?
It will let us smile a little bit more.
You can think about us too.
Okay. Okay, one detail I forgot to mention about the fairies is... Actually, never mind.
Nothing.
Hopefully this should work. Let's see.
Well, I did handicap myself now because I have to spot the questions in between the game frogs.
Okay, so as you can see, if you use these items, then you get like a little... Okay, yeah, this is... Actually, let me repair my client, because usually you should be able to see like which value is high and which one is lower by having small little arrows, but right now it doesn't show those.
Do you want me to switch to the broad camera view? Ah, there you go. You get to look at us up close while Season is repairing his client, and I get to look at questions again. For example, I have seen a couple about... can I read that out? I don't know. I won't. I won't put you in a dangerous position about answering stuff that you don't want to answer. I do actually know something to fill the silence with. If you're a content creator that is working with us on NosTale, I have been asked by the marketing team to keep your eyes open for a special campaign starting next week-ish. There's not a set date on it yet, but there will be something coming, so keep your eyes open for that. Regarding Act 9, of course. Having said that, because it doesn't affect most of you, let's get back to your questions, because that's what we're actually here for. No, I answered that one already. You're not getting a second answer out of me. Actually, you probably are. It's just gonna take another 5 minutes. I am seeing a lot of stuff about SP2 rework on Martial Artist. Is that something we're planning to talk about?
I mean, it is something that is on our list. I mean, we've already talked about this a few times. Unfortunately, due to other bigger projects like Act 9, for example, these things do get delayed. We still plan to implement those changes when we have the time for it. And that's pretty much the only answer I can give for that.
Yeah, I expected something like that, but it was a frequent question, so I was hoping to get a comment on it. All right, anything else?
Let's see if my client is repaired now. Yes, this looks much better now.
Ah, wonderful. Then yeah, let's switch back to the gameplay. Don't forget to also
code.
have the GameFrog code active, so people know to use it.
So yes, if you select this now, then As you can see, you have these little arrows. These show you like better effect and worse effect, and you can pretty much freely choose, hey, do I want to have the left side, the left effect, or do I want to keep my current ones? So based on your personal preference, you can then go for this one, and then the new effects are applied. Yes, that's pretty much how it works. As I said, through upgrading, you get all these new effects, and when you're like doing the betting progress, then you can roll the values for these different effects. So that's kind of a way where you can kind of choose which effects you want on this fairy, while also then having like a system to implement like how strong they are at the end. So yeah.
Someone is saying, can you address these questions? But I'm only seeing the start of it because it already scrolled up. Oh no, wait, I think it's that one. Do we need to do quests to be able to join the new raids?
To my knowledge, no. It's something that we've briefly talked about a few days ago. I believe we came to the conclusion that we did not implement a restriction there, but I can't say for 100% sure, sorry. But I'm pretty sure that we removed the restrictions from the raid.
All right, so we have a tendency, but not a certain answer. Take it with a sliver of doubt. But for now, doesn't sound like it. It seems like the NosMall is down, so they can't actually enter the game frog. How tragic. But the code doesn't run out, I'm imagining, until a couple days from now?
It will stay active pretty much until the end of December, I believe. So
all right.
you have
So
enough time
you're not in a hurry. You can enter Game Frog tomorrow still and get it.
I'm seeing a question related to the ferry upgrade system. Can you have multiple S effects on a ferry? Yes. You can have up to 2 S effects on a ferry. But please, one thing I want to make sure is those are not the identical effects that you can find on like shells from weapons or armors. These are like an entirely new system with entirely own effects. So it's not like you will get like 19% damage and 11 all stat on these ferries. They have like other values, other thresholds. Yeah, they're their own system. Just to be clear on that. So don't panic now and sell all of your equipment because you're thinking like, oh my god, they are introducing new 11 all stat ferries or something. It's not gonna happen.
All right. I'm taking a quick glance at our list of Act 9 topics. I think we about covered most of the things, unless you are remembering something that I'm not. So I would slowly kind of round off this Act 9 segment and get into some of the smaller changes we're doing around the Act, if that's all right with you.
Sure, yes. We can talk about those.
Then before we do that, let's maybe finish this off with when can we play all of this? When is this happening?
So, as you can see, there's still some slight issues in this update, so it won't release like immediately tomorrow. But instead, please don't cut that out of context, thank you. It will release on the 11th of December, on Monday.
That's right, Monday 11th of December, so that's a little under 2 weeks from now is our current target date for Act 9.1. And then you can be the game frog.
Are you going anywhere with this? Or?
No, that was the end of that sentence. I'm not sure why you're looking at me like that.
Okay.
All right, with that being said, we'll still answer any questions if we see them frequently come up, but we're now going to jump into some changes around this act that we're doing that are not directly in this act, but still changes to the overall game. Is there something you want to start with?
Yes, I mean, I personally want to start with, like, it's kind of a smaller topic, but I think some players will still appreciate it. You might remember an area called Act 5. It's been some time. The desert region, not the fire region, by the way. And in there's like a bunch of side quests that you can do as a player. And previously, the rewards in there weren't really that great. And we know that generally the content isn't super relevant anymore. But we've taken the time and rebalanced the rewards there. Pretty much increased XP across the board, increased gold and job level rewards across the board. And so, well, generally, even for new players or even for existing players, it should feel much more rewarding to go into that region now and do all the side quests if you want to, and check things out there. And we hope that, well, you will have a nice time if you ever decide to check that out. Other than that, we've also streamlined the experience from Act 8 a bit, because now that Act 9 is coming out...
That is something I've been seeing a lot of questions about, yes.
Since now that Act 9 is coming out, we're kind of balancing the leveling experience, the raid experience around players having Act 8 equipment. So what we've done is... Oh, let me quickly...
The code for the NosMall is... I'm always pointing in the wrong direction. It's this
over
thing
there.
over there.
Game Frog.
You can write it down or don't. You can also memorize it. It's not that difficult. And if you enter that in the NosMall, then you'll just get some small goodies. It's just our way of tricking you into watching this and hopefully enjoying it a little bit. That would be wonderful.
Okay.
Because we are, and you might too.
So, because of how we're already trying to move forward to allow more players to complete Act 8 as well, so they can actually enjoy Act 9, we've reduced the tokens required for each resistance. It's maybe a little hard to see. This is now 20 tokens. The same goes for the gloves, of course. And the secondary scrolls are down to 30, which were previously 120. Armor's down to 20, I think. So pretty much all of them have been cut down by 50 to 75% of their original cost, just to allow more players to get Act 8 equipment, get ready for everything, and then move on to the next act. So we don't want to keep players stuck too long in Act 8, so they actually have a chance to explore this content, and we hope that a lot of you will enjoy this. Okay.
What else?
What else? Also, speaking of leveling progression, there's like a buff that you receive if you're awakening level 1, like if you're a low level player, from leveling level 1 to level 85, and then from level awakening level champion level 1 to 29, you get a buff that grants you 75% more experience, and this buff will be extended to level 59. So with this buff, you will get almost double XP up until level 60. So once you reach 60, you will no longer have this buff. But this should hopefully allow more players to actually get to the relevant content and have fun when playing with their friends, with their buddies, or with their multi-accounts. Who knows?
I'm seeing some small change there you didn't mention.
Oh, let me check. Oh yeah, actually, true. I forgot to mention that. Because we noticed that some, especially weaker players, are struggling a lot with leveling up because they lose XP when they are dying. We will, with this update, also change it so that you no longer lose champion XP when you get killed in Act 7, Act 9, Act 6 as well. So yeah, you can just level up normally and don't have to worry, because we felt that the system was especially punishing to new players, and experienced players didn't really care about it anyways. So we don't think it was fair to the player base. So ultimately we removed it. And we know there's like some costumes that reduce the amount of XP that you were losing while dying, and those costumes have been adjusted to now instead grant champion experience instead. So yay for that.
All right, since chat is going absolutely wild about it, can we show the accessories and the hat, maybe?
The accessories, I mean, you can see my hat. I mean, isn't it lovely? But if you're talking about the in-game hat, then
I also, look, this is what I was talking about. This is what happens if we wear the frog hat. It's just we turn invisible. I become the game. Oh, I broke the green screen.
well, now we can actually wear it, right?
Oh no, they ruined it again. Wait, I'm gonna wear it as long as I can. Okay, that's and now it's invisible. Oh, that is some freaky stuff. I have just like eyes in the middle of nowhere. Okay, anyways, back to topic. Yeah, accessories.
Accessories. Right. Oh, I can. Wait, oh yeah, actually I can show them from here. It's fine. This is like the ones that you can craft. This is the PvP one. This is the PvE one. They're all kind of having similar effects, so I'm just gonna show these two. The other ones are kind of similar. You'll figure it out. Actually, I'm not sure if this effect is still up to date. It might be outdated because we all know that this isn't very good, but we'll look into this. But yeah. And for the masks, let me check.
I feel kind of terrible for our media team, but I'm so curious about this invisible hat now that I just... I'm very tempted to break the green screen again.
So this is the PvP hat that's in the game. There's also a PvE version. Actually, shouldn't it? Oh yeah, it's here. Here. You can already see it costs 50 of each raid token. And yeah, so we have a new PvE mask, which we didn't have in quite a while actually. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. There's also some more stuff again, but we don't really want to show everything, so there's still some surprises left for you. There are of course also like a PvP mask and a PvE hat and so on, but I mean, come on guys, you'll see it in a bit anyways. Yes.
All right. Beyond that, anything we forgot? I think our list is empty, so
our list is pretty much done.
Let's see what is on your list. I did see another question about SP11. I briefly mentioned that earlier. That is something we're potentially looking into for Act 9.2. That won't be coming with this update or this year in general, because the year is almost over, so logically not happening. I did see quite a few questions about Land of Death / Land of Living being extended to cover the new champion level. Do we have anything about that?
Yes. All the current content from Act 7, 8, and of course 9 will be extended to awakening level 90, so you will still be able to do your raids, you'll still be able to enter the Land of Living even after you reach level 81, so that's no problem. No new tattoos, sorry. And
new daily quests?
There are new daily quests, yes. There will also be some new daily quests that reward experience. And we've made a change here. There's like a new type of quest reward, which is in effect for Act 9 and for the Act 5.1 rework. Where we decided that we're trying to give out somewhat better experience in these daily quests, but they will no longer be affected by EXP events. So we're trying to make them generally better without having to worry about, but in an EXP event you suddenly gain like 10% EXP per quest. So yes, that's something we've also implemented. This will also, once again, only affect the new quests. It won't affect everything else in the game, so you don't have to worry there.
I am seeing quite a few questions from Act 4 fans. Do we have anything on Act 4 today? That didn't sound promising.
Act 4 is something that we really want to work on. It's kind of a passion project of me personally. It's something that we couldn't have finished in time for this year if we wanted to make it good, and we really want to make it great. So it is something that is on our list, but again, it won't come this year. But we are having our eyes on it. So that's all we can share for now.
All right. Which level do you need to enter Act 9?
You need Awakening level 60 to enter it. And for the raids, once again, you need Awakening level 80 to participate in them.
Yeah, I believe that second one we already mentioned earlier, but the initial level of entry hadn't come up yet, so I just wanted to cover it again. People are asking us to open the boxes. Is that something we want to do?
I mean, we can do this, sure. Here you get, these are like new HP potions, similar to the ones in Act 8 as well. These are some more. These are items required for the ferry upgrade. These are mana potions. And these are like the perfection stones that you know. Well, I guess we didn't get lucky in 10 chests. That's a little unfortunate,
Well, they
right?
only asked for 10 chests, so we did our diligence. We don't have to do anything else. Someone is asking about new SPs. Not in this patch, in 9.2 once that is coming, but that will be a couple months from now still. So that's not something we want to talk about in depth today.
Is it possible to sell the new boxes? Yes, they are tradable. It's pretty much the system that we've previously had with limited boxes, not limited, with the stackable boxes. So you have the stackable boxes, which give you rewards randomly from rare 0 to rarity 1 to rarity 6. And then you have also the rare 7 and rare 8 boxes, which are in your equipment inventory as usual. So yeah, like in all other raids.
I am seeing like one person consistently ask us to show off the new maps. We did briefly walk over a couple of them earlier, but in general, we decided that it probably won't be super exciting for us to just run around maps, since that's something that you will do in 12 days anyways. You can revert back to that earlier segment to check a couple of them out, but otherwise, just to... I see your question. I just wanted to address why we're not answering it. The maximum plus for ferries is also one that came up a couple times.
It is 110%, starting from 80% when you initially get the ferry.
All right. What about Christmas event?
I mean, it's of course also here.
Yes,
Actually,
it goes live together with Act 9.1.
we didn't want to blind you, but here you go.
Yes, so you can also expect that in 12 days. Can you show the new pet? Yeah, I believe we actually had someone standing next to us who had it equipped. I'm not sure if they'll still be there, but maybe you can check again for them.
Well, I don't know where that person is, so unfortunately...
In the hub city.
In the hub city?
Yes. They were standing around on the central square. Hopefully they're still there. If not, then you'll have to wait 12 more days to find the pet.
Oh, here you go.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yes. It's like a tame crystal red. It's one of the monsters that you can also find in the new region on one of the maps. So yes, it's very cute. Even
Someone is saying walking over water. I don't believe it's water. I think they got like glass.
Yeah, it's
and
like a glass,
there's water
you know?
under the glass, and then it's very fancy. Personally, something like that freaks me out a lot, but it's a design choice, certainly. Show us a time space. I think that would probably take more time than we have left, because we are instructed to end this before an hour is over. And yeah, that would probably burst open that time limit. But you can look at it yourself in just short of 2 weeks. So hopefully that will be soon enough. And maybe there will be some pictures floating around or something. But we do have 12 more minutes to answer, 11 more minutes to answer questions.
what I'm seeing here right now often is martial artist C45 heal when. This would require us to rebalance quite a bit of equipment. It's one part of a larger issue in the game, which is equipment balancing. It's something that we're aware of, and maybe at some point we will look into changing some of the equipment pieces that are problematic or that are missing certain stats. But right now, I mean, not in this update. In a future update, maybe, but maybe with a capital M, you know.
They noticed some new sneaky wings being snuck in here.
I mean, we can't really share any details about them, but I mean, if you're...
They exist.
They exist, yes. I mean, if you want to see them, that's what they currently look like. They are very pretty. So yes, I mean, do we have really a lot more to show off?
I don't believe so. So we are slowly rounding this off. Let's make like a speed recap. So we got a level cap increase. The new level cap is now 90 instead of 80 before. We got new equipment, pictures of which are hopefully floating around. We got a new story, of course, at the end of which you will receive a new pet. We got 2 new raids, entry for which is Awakening level 80, and which are, remind me of the player limits again, 8 and 12?
Players, yeah.
8 and 12. Yeah. We got new passive skill books, we got a ferry upgrade system, we got 4 new ferries, we got some smaller changes to Act 5, to Act 8, and to the leveling buff. You no longer use Awakening XP when dying, and I think that's about it. Did I forget anything?
I think that's it.
All right. Then I think we're slowly coming to a close. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We hope you're going to enjoy this update. You have one more?
Yeah, I mean, because we kind of mentioned it, I just saw it in the chat.
Sure.
People were asking about the weapon debuffs, so I guess we can still show them off again.
Yeah, we have the time.
We have the time now, right? So, sword debuff, bow debuff. Yes, it still removes debuffs from enemies. Mage and martial artist. Okay, you can see them now. You will notice that. Oh well, you can't see it anymore. But sword debuff has had like a slight change to it. But I'm sure you'll understand why. The sub weapons aren't really that interesting. I mean, they're all pretty much like this, so we won't show them all off right now. Pretty much a defense reduction and a debuff that prevents you from casting buffs, at least on the target. And for the armors, they're a little bit more exciting, in my opinion. Wait, let me actually remove everything else. So these ones all are quite strong, I'd say. And they allow you to, for a short amount of time, negate a lot of damage. So that's why I like them.
All right. Now, before we do cap it off for real, I need to answer the clearly most important question that I've seen in the chat since we began this stream. Why does the Undercity have a clock? They can't see the sun anyways. Well, if I tell you we're doing a stream at 6, are you looking out your window at the sun to tell when the stream is starting? No. You need a clock if you can see the sun or not. So, silly question. Shame on you. How dare you question their clock? Terrible. Okay, with that being said, now thank you for real for joining us tonight and taking a first look at Act 9.1, the new update for NosTale that's coming in 12 days on 11th of December, which is a Monday, and you can experience all of this yourself. We hope you're as excited for it as we are. And this code, I pointed in the right direction this time, you can enter in the Nos Mall for most of December to get some free goodies to reward you for being here. Or, you know, you'll just pass it on to your friends who weren't here and they'll get it too, but the spirit is what counts. And do you have any parting words?
I guess as usual, if you have any feedback regarding anything you've seen on the stream today, feel free to post it on Discord. We're occasionally checking there, and Koma is actually frequently checking there, so the feedback will reach us, we will consider it, we will try to do changes based on your feedback, and then hopefully we all will have a great time on the new update.
All right. I think that's a good closing sentiment. So, one more time, thank you very much, and have a good night, guys.